everybody.
Hello.
Happy Thursday, y'all. How y'all doing out there? Y'all good? If you are good, put good in the chat for me because you are good. I can't wait to have this conversation with y'all tonight. Actually, John and I are gonna be having the conversation. Having it with you. So I am thrilled. I'm encouraged. As you can see, we try to get nice for y'all tonight, you know. So here's the deal. I want to give some housekeeping because y'all know the internet is always a challenge. Okay. It's a challenge sometimes and it does not want to cooperate. Thank you. I see one person say they are good. I want to get this housekeeping stuff out of the way. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, my channel, please go now and subscribe. I'm going to put the link in for you real quick right here. Let's see. That's here for you. Hope you got that. So please subscribe. We appreciate you subscribing because, of course, that builds the community that we're trying to have. So I am Chantel Denise. For all of you who do not know me, if you're watching for the first time on YouTube and Facebook, that's who I be. And this is my main guy. You want to tell the people a little bit about who you are?
Johnny D.
And we are a husband and wife team. Yep. We have been very excited to be able to come on together because we have something very special for y'all tonight. It's our last episode, actually, of us really honoring the queen of rock and roll, and that is Tina Turner. Y'all, we have been performing Tina's music, if you didn't catch the beginning of the series, since 1998. Okay, so it's been a minute.
Yes.
And so we've learned a lot about her music, and I can't tell you how blessed we've been just to be able to take on that journey to learn this music.
Absolutely.
So as we're talking about Tina, before we get in, what would you say is your favorite thing about a Tina Turner show?
There's a lot of things to have as a favorite part of the Tina Turner show, but I would say the overall energy, the hugeness of it. I think that's what it is. I remember watching some commentaries about her, music people, and one person, I can't remember exactly who it was who said this, but he said something to the effect of, for her to be at the age that she was, and he was, reporting in her later career, after age 60, to do that level of show at her age was just beyond phenomenal. And I agree with that. She actually was putting on performances that were above and beyond the level that even people 20, 30, 40 years younger than she was would be able to do. The amount of stamina, the amount of dancing, the amount of high-powered vocals, belting, costume changes, running on mechanical arms over the audience. I mean, the level of performance, that to me was something that I can't really think of another performer who was, at least at her age, who was doing it at that level.
Oh my gosh. The performance, I mean, you took that. I would have elaborated a little bit on that, but that's okay. The performance was just fantastic. If you ever been to a Tina Turner concert, you know what I'm talking about. You know what we are talking about. So for me, besides the performance, which I thought was pretty brilliant, I love Tina's personality. I love her personality on stage and off stage. I feel like she was one of those people. I feel like we would have been hanging out like buddies, right? Because she's one of those people who really just gave you all of her. Like there was nothing I don't ever remember a moment of watching her career or watching her life that she got so caught up in herself that, she took herself so seriously that she wasn't herself. Does that make sense? Like, how sometimes as artists, if we mess up or something, we get so insecure and so, into ourselves. And I think that, Tina was not like that. She just kind of gave you all of her all the time, even when it wasn't fun for her. I feel like she still gave us all of her. And so her personality, her character is really what I really enjoyed. I mean, she just she would, do these different things on stage with her band, like Cannonball, just and she just had this energy about her. Come on, you love me.
Yeah.
I love you too. Like she just like, I was like, at first when I first saw him, like, is she acting? No, it was just who she was. Yeah. She had this persona about her that was just infectious, and you just wanted more. You're like leaning into like, what is she gonna do next? Mm-hmm. You know, I just loved her personality and her character, plus the shebang performance was off the chain. Yeah. So y'all, as we are reminiscing and talking about, you know, what we loved about Tina and, you know, her, who she was, we're going to give you guys some stuff tonight. We're actually going to show a few of her video clips because I know some of you out there have not seen a concert. And some of you may have not seen her really do her thing on stage. So we have a few clips we want to show you. But before we do that, tonight is really about really just having what I call Tina talk. Some Tina talk. So if you guys are down for some Tina talk, put Tina talk in the chat for me. Because we're going to have a little Tina talk. But the first part of our Tina talk, are you ready, John?
Yes.
Because I know I had mentioned this to you and I want to do this because this is very cool. We're going to have like what I call some Tina trivia.
Okay.
Tina trivia. So it's all Tina tonight, y'all. All of it is Tina tonight. So let's do this. Let's talk a little bit. I want to ask the audience out there who's watching. Let me see who put some comments in here because I want to know if you guys. Yes, thank you. Someone put Tina talk in there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I have a few questions. Y'all ready? So I wanted to just ask you all out there who are watching, as we're going to have a little Tina talk. We're going to talk a little bit about her life.
Alrighty.
Okay. So my first question is, I want to ask you out there, what year did Tina Turner start her music career? What year did Tina Turner start her music career?
Put it in the chat, people.
Put it in the chat, y'all. Yeah. What year? Okay. And do you know this for sure?
Yes, I
do. John, you can't answer. So what year did Tina Turner start her music career? Okay. Now let's go to number 2. You just put it in the chat as you see it, and I'll go over the answers later. The next question is, what city did Tina Turner, was she raised in? Like when she was a little girl, what's the city she was raised in? Okay, put that in the chat, y'all.
Yeah, let's see.
Put it in the chat. And you want to ask that next one?
Okay. How many siblings did Tina have? How many siblings?
Go ahead and put it in the chat. And if we get any of these wrong, John, I know we're gonna get it. We gonna get it. So let me read the next one. The next one is, how many kids did Tina Turner have? And that includes her adopted kids. Okay, she adopted some kids. So how many kids does she have total? All righty, put that in the chat. Come on, y'all. Okay, the next one. Oh, somebody's got some good answers right there. We're going to answer them in just a minute. So, okay, very good, y'all. You want to ask the next one?
Okay, the next one is, did Tina have a daughter? Did Tina have a daughter?
Did she have a daughter? Well, I feel like I'm her daughter. Not biologically, though, but yeah. I think if we played around with that, a lot of people would say, oh, she had a lot of daughters.
Spiritually,
but
musically, yeah.
Musically, yeah. But how many daughters did she have biologically? Put it in the chat. Okay, so how old was Tina when she made her comeback after departing ways with Ike Turner? How old was Tina when she made her comeback after parting ways with Ike Turner? Put it in the chat, y'all. Go ahead for the next one, babe.
The next one is, what song won Tina her first Grammy? Tina by herself as a solo artist. What song won her first Grammy?
Put it in the chat. Come on, y'all. Y'all doing good out there. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so the next one is what movie did Tina do that she thought was absolutely horrible? What movie was that, y'all? Who knows what movie was that? What movie Tina did that she just was like, oh, that was horrible. Sometimes as actresses and actors, we have stuff, work that we do, and we're like, man, I wish I wouldn't have done that. What movie was that for Tina? Okay, next one. Okay, this is our last one. Go ahead, John.
What did Tina have a hard time embracing? So this is multiple choice. Did she have a hard time embracing her hair, her career, or her voice? Which of those three did she have a hard time embracing about herself?
Her hair, her career, or her voice? Multiple choice. Very good, y'all. Put that in the chat. I know y'all thinking. Okay, let's see. Let's go back to the top. So to answer number one, what year did Tina start her music career? Let's see. Someone put in here 1957. Very good, though.
Close.
Very, very close. Very close. What year was that, John?
1958.
1958, y'all. And the prize goes to John. No prizes. Just having some Tina time tonight, y'all. 1958. Thank you for that, babe. So what was the next one? What city was Tina Turner raised in? And I think somebody had it here. Yes, congratulations. Nutbush. Someone has in here Nutbush. Thank you for that. Yes, it was Nutbush.
Nutbush, Tennessee.
Nutbush, Tennessee. Right on. Okay, so how many siblings did Tina have? Did anyone get that one? Let's see here. How many siblings? John, you want to share that one?
She had one.
One sibling.
One sister.
That we know of.
Yes.
One
Aline.
Aline. Yes. And Aline has actually some kids too, because they wrote a note when we were down at the Star. One of them had put a note out there, which I thought was really beautiful. One of I think the nieces had put a note out there. It's really cool. Let's see here. Let's go to the next one. You want to read that one?
How many kids total did Tina have, natural and adoption?
Let's see. Somebody put in here.
That's the correct answer.
Someone put 4. Yay! Thank you. Give it up for yourself. You got 4. 4. She had 2 that she had biologically, and then she adopted Ike's 2 boys. So yes. And then the next one. Let's see here. Did Tina have a daughter? The answer is no.
No, she did not.
All boys.
Yes.
All boys.
Even though I was looking on Facebook and somebody posted Beyonce's performance, where she was wearing the costume and she did Proud Mary and said, Tina's daughter. No, I'm afraid. No, Beyonce is not Tina's daughter.
Well, she is Tina, her Tina.
Yes.
Beyonce's mama's name is Tina too.
That's true,
yeah.
Not Tina Turner's daughter.
So she belongs to a Tina, but just not a Tina Turner.
A different one, yes.
She, not my Tina, but her Tina. Yeah. Okay, so the next one was, how old was Tina when she made her comeback? Someone put in here 40s, 50s. Oh, we got a winner here. Someone put, whoever said she was 44
That's correct.
years old. Yes, give yourself a hand, because that is correct.
That's correct.
Thank you for that. What song won Tina her first Grammy? We're not talking about with Ike.
Yeah.
So maybe I
that.
didn't make that clear, but it's her first song without Ike as a solo artist. So who got it in here? Let's see. Was it in here? I'm scrolling.
No, I don't think anybody got. Somebody got the the one she got with Ike, but that's not what we asked.
Yeah, because you did make that clear.
Yes.
I think you did.
Solo artist.
Okay, so Proud Mary was a huge hit, and her and Ike did really well with that one. But for her personally, when she made her comeback on her own, like nobody else, it was her up front. Is What's Love Got to Do with It, y'all? Okay, so that's her
That was a
Grammy.
Grammy.
It's a Grammy winner. And then what movie did Tina do that she thought was horrible? Let's see what did y'all put in here?
No, it wasn't that one.
No, it wasn't the Thunderdome, but good choice though. It was Acid Queen, y'all.
Yeah, that was in the movie Tommy. The character she played was the
Yeah.
Acid Queen. And
She was the Acid
very
Queen.
over the top. But the whole movie is over the top.
Is it kind of like a musical too?
It's a music. It's a rock opera. So they pretty much sing everything.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like an acid trip, the whole movie.
Yeah. And you know what? When I heard that, when she was in an interview, she says, I didn't like it. I was like, I didn't like it either. It was so interesting that she didn't like it, because I was like, oh no, Tina's there's so much more to her than this. So it's very interesting that she didn't like it either, because I couldn't even really watch all of it because I just didn't like it. So I'm glad that she didn't like it either. Someone put, I never heard of that movie.
Yeah,
that's her first one.
Yeah, it was in 1975, and like all of the major rock and rollers of the day were in it. The Who, Eric Clapton, and Tina Turner played the Acid Queen character, and she's got one important scene in the movie where she's really wild and over the top. It's interesting, if nothing else. It's interesting to watch.
It's very interesting.
And they were all those British guys they loved her as an artist.
They did.
Elton John was in that too, so a lot of them. So they really loved her as an artist, and that's one of the reasons why they cast her in that role.
Well, she's pretty amazing. Yeah. I think Tina. I would have liked to actually see her in more movies. Yeah, because she just had this natural charisma about her.
Yes.
And she only did a few movies, actually.
I think two. I think it was two.
Yes. Because and I thought that they would have given, and What's Love Got to Do with it, I thought that they probably was going to give her like a cameo or something.
Yeah, they showed her at the end live in concert.
Live, but not
acting.
Not acting. Yeah. Very different. Yeah. So yes, thank you guys for participating. There's one last one, and answer that one. You want to answer that one, Jen?
What did Tina have a hard time embracing? It was her own voice.
Her own voice. Oh my gosh, someone put in here, yes, her voice. Thank you for that. Yep. Absolutely. She definitely and I was like, when I heard that interview, I'm like, what? Your voice is like one of the most richest, purest, authentic voices of all time. Like there's no one that has that voice. Like it's unique. I never heard any singers come up and record albums that even sound close. Right? Everybody wants to redo Proud Mary in a sense of perform it. Nobody's really redone it and recorded it to my knowledge, but most people perform that when they do a Tina song. Very rarely are people performing some of the other songs, but they'll do either Proud Mary or What's Love Got to Do with it. And so I just, every person that have sang it at any concert, I'm like, it's not, no justice is done to it at all, because her voice is so authentic and unique. And like even me and us doing the band, it's like, oh my gosh, am I going to even be able to capture some of this, because it's so distinct, it's so rich and so pure. So thank you guys. Give yourselves a hand for participating in that. So now we're going to move beyond the Tina trivia to some talk about the story of her songs. So we have 3 songs here tonight that we are going to talk a little bit about. I would love for you to take the first one, A Fool in Love, and break that down. Like when you think about those lyrics, what kind of story do you think Tina was trying to communicate with that? I think,
with that song, let me give a little backstory even before we get into the lyric. But the backstory was the band had a recording session. So I think I wrote the song, and they had a recording session with another vocalist. I believe it was a guy who was supposed to come in, and he didn't show.
I remember that.
He didn't show up, and Tina, Little Ann, I guess is what they called her in those days, was there, and she ended up doing the lead vocal on the song. And suddenly, after they put it out, that became basically their first hit and one of their signature songs. So kind of by accident. So she'd been singing with them in some fashion for a couple years, but she accidentally fell into that song. And it just, it's very cool it's a fun song, but it's a song that is representative of like the age that she was when she sang it. She was 20 some odd years old, 2021.
That's a great point.
When it came out. And the song is really about being head over heels in love with somebody to the point that you've gone a little bit foolish, right? You're just a fool. You know you're in love. You've got to face it to live in this world. So you basically, what the refrain is that, just accept that you're goo goo gaga in love over here. And if you're going to survive, you just might as well admit it. And basically the story of the song is just of a person, particularly a young person, who's really head over heels for someone else. And they're just like, they can't get enough of them. They can't get enough of their aroma and all of that. And it's a great call and response because the way the song opens is just very signature because it's her voice alone. So she's got at least on the recording, there's no guide chords. She just basically walks up to the microphone and belts into it. And from a music theory perspective, it's quite interesting because she sings, in the one, and then she lands on the 5 chord or the 5 note. And when we started doing this at the beginning, I was perplexed by this. My hearing wasn't as good. My musical hearing, I'm like, that's really neat though. We got to get that note when you sing it, it's got to be tricky as a singer. You got to be focused on getting the right arc of the thing.
It's a hard note. I struggle with that like every gig.
It doesn't land in a typical place. It lands in a very atypical place, and that vocal note then leads into the band, which is very unusual.
Yeah. That song at the very beginning. Whoa, there's something on my mind. Won't somebody please tell me what's wrong?
Yeah.
It was like always like, how is this gonna sound tonight?
Yeah, it's real tricky.
What is this? How am I gonna do this? Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah, it's very tricky.
Very tricky.
Very tricky.
But yeah, that alone, like if you think about that lyric and the presentation of that lyric, it's very much, you can feel the heart of a young person. Like, in love, maybe for the first time. You can feel this, the longing and the aching, and the era that it was recorded to in 1960, much more traditional era. You might not hear a female singer with that much passion belting that kind of lyric.
That is true. Except for maybe Janis Joplin. She was doing some screaming.
Yeah, but that was later.
Some yelling. It was later.
Was later.
Yeah.
This is really early on. 1960.
So true. Wow. Thank you for sharing about that one. I want to talk a little bit about Nutbush. Y'all, so the song Nutbush, if you know the lyrics, it's like a little old town down in Tennessee, quiet little old community. Okay. So I want to share about this because I grew up in the country. I'm a country girl at heart. I didn't move into the city until I finished high school, right? But I would frequent the city. But being in Nutbush, I can imagine for Tina, this little small town. So when she went to Missouri to go and sing and finally met Ida and got on that stage, that probably was a huge thing for a young girl, right? So I related a lot with these lyrics. Nutbush city limits, no whiskey for sale. You get drunk with no bail. Salt pork and molasses. Now, we didn't have the molasses, but the salt pork. I could relate and identify with this. And I love the fact that she was telling a story about her town that she grew up in. It was like she was writing like, this is what I know. This is what I've seen. And I just thought that as a storyteller, as a writer, is one of her most authentic pieces because it's not produced in a sense of somebody giving her the information to sing. She wrote, that was one that she wrote herself. And I always think that, as songwriters, you really don't have to stretch too far to write a great song. You really don't have to stretch too far because you can look around at your life and your experiences and the things that you've seen and tell a story because that story relates to someone else. I told people, hey, you know what? I grew up in Brookshire, Texas. They were like, huh, what's that? Like, where that's at? Where is that? Is it outside of Dallas? A lot of people say, is it outside of Dallas? And I'm like, no, it's not too far from Houston, right? So a lot of people, like, I've chosen not to tell them I'm from Brookshire, Texas, like I grew up there, because they don't get it. They're like, we've never heard of it. It's not on the map. And so when I hear Nutbush City Limits, I'm like, I can relate to that. Tina's from a little small town down in Tennessee. A little girl down in this little small town become this amazing hero, shero to so many people, right? So these lyrics are very powerful because they are telling what she experienced. And I think that, anytime you can write a song and it's your experience, it actually blesses so many people, because people out there are connected to you as the artist singing, but when they can go, oh, I know something about that in that song, is pretty beautiful. So yeah, that's why I love Nutbush. So the next song we'll share together, this is our last song we're going to talk about, Better Be Good to Me. I want you to start. Tell me what your thoughts are about the song Better Be Good to Me.
Well, that song was part of the comeback in 1984, right? Private Dancer, What's Love Got to Do with It, that album. And I think it's a song that actually represents Tina coming to the place past survival and into self-assertion. And you better be good to me, because
I like that.
We know the history of what happened, and her being a victim of domestic violence, but she'd found a way after she survived that. She got through it, hit rock bottom, and then started to come up again. And this song is really appropriate for the time in her life when she recorded it and brought it out. It's like, basically it's a statement, almost looking back and saying, you know what, I learned from that lesson, right? But now, if there's going to be someone involved in my life, they better be good to me. I'm not taking, candy coated words. I'm not going to take the stuff that I once took. I'm going to stand up for myself, and I'm going to have healthy expectations of good treatment. I think that's what it is.
Ooh, that's rich. I absolutely love that. Oh my gosh. To piggyback what you're saying, like, I love how you said self-assertion, because, sometimes in relationship, we actually get intertwined with the person in the relationship and we lose ourselves. And I feel like in Tina's case, in her first marriage, she really didn't have a lot of choice. She was very young. I mean, he's like so many years older than her. She's like this 17, 18-year-old girl, very, very young, starting out her career. So she's kind of like, it's almost like uh, a father telling you what to do. You got to do this, to be here, be there, So, but I love how you mentioned that this was part of the comeback, because I think that her life experience taught her a lot. And this is something I want to share with the viewers out there tonight. Like, our life experience should teach us, but it shouldn't teach us in a place where we are like, oh, well, I learned from that, so I'm going to block myself from everything, every other experience, or I'm going to protect myself from this or from that. I think that Tina had a really challenging life, but it really prepared her for who she became. She is the one that's kind of like the messenger to go on and say, hey, I've overcome domestic violence. I thrived throughout when I got out of it, but she had to make a choice for herself to get out of it. And so the lyrics for this song, Better Be Good to Me, she's saying, prisoner of your love. That's deep, to be a prisoner of somebody's love, entangled in your web. Like, her life was all in mismatched with, the story is like someone in a relationship and their lives are so mismatched in that person's, that and hot whispers in the night, like, all those sayings that they're just hot whispers, they don't really mean anything. The be good to me. I think asking someone to be good to you is an okay thing. I
Yeah.
think even in our marriage, like, babe, be good to me. I'm sensitive. I have feelings and emotions. I need to be good to you. You have feelings and emotions. And so I think the anthem of that song is like, we really need to actually help each other have great relationships by saying, hey, declaring like, I'm not going to tolerate this,
Mm.
but I will be a part of this. And so, this song that's spitting out these lyrics, why can't you be
Me.
good to me? Be good to me. I think when that ask that question of why can't you be good to me, I think sometimes people can't be good to other people because they haven't really understood what that looks like,
Mm-hmm.
or they haven't gotten the help that they need to be good to somebody. And so I think it's very important for people to really get what they need so that they can be good to the
Yeah.
other person. It's a give and take thing. And so I absolutely love that story she's telling in there. And when we're performing it, I always turn to you guys. I don't know if you pay attention to this, but literally almost every time I say, fellas, be good to
Mm.
me, or I'll talk with the
The
audience and
audience.
say,
Yeah.
hey, do you think the ladies should be good to the fellas, or the fellas should be good to the ladies? When I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing that, I'm trying to really put out there, hey, you guys, let's just work together. We don't have time for all the
Yeah.
other stuff that goes on. Let's work together and try to be good to each other. So I love that she sang that song and told the story
Mm-hmm.
about being good to each other. So y'all
Yeah.
out there, Facebook and YouTube, y'all be good to each other, okay? Because life is very short, and
Mm.
we only got one opportunity sometimes to be the best version of ourselves, right?
Mm.
We only got one opportunity sometimes. So if I come to somebody in a store, I may not see that person again at that store, but I have one opportunity possibly to be good to them. And you need to do something we learned today. We actually went to a memorial service today. Good friend of ours, his mother passed away, and so we went to support, and the preacher said, hey, you know what, you don't have tomorrow, you
Mm.
only have today.
That's right.
So we just want to pass that on from the pastor today
Yep.
to, hey, be good wherever you go. Try to be good
Yes.
to others and to yourself. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so let's get on into this part because
Okay.
we got a few more minutes left. We got about 20 minutes, and then we got a special treat for you guys a little bit later. But I just want to ask you in final, like, the
Mm-hmm.
questions
Mm-hmm.
regarding our Tina talk. What has influenced you? Like, what do you feel you can take from Tina's life and actually share with the world?
I would say the first thing is that it's never too late, in the sense of you can keep going even when you've hit rock bottom, even when we're all advancing in age, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's getting any younger. But the fact that she came back in her mid 40s and had bigger success than earlier in her career, and really had an album of the century, really, that is incredibly inspiring.
Yep.
And I also look at it from the way she does her, or she did her performances. That is a template. Like, that to me sets a gold standard as a musician and a performer, to say,
Mm-hmm.
you know what, she's playing to tens of thousands of people around the world and whatnot. So it might be a little easier to give it total full on energy, but she did it for year after year after year after year. And she just set a bar that was so high to emulate. It's like, if I'm going to get out there and perform, I got to perform with that kind of heart, that kind of love for the people, and love for the music, and love for the whole experience. And it's absolutely worth emulating. It wasn't, I don't never got the sense that she, or really the people that she surrounded herself in the band and whatnot, had
Mm-hmm.
that a very selfish attitude about them. They basically were all there giving. They all seemed to have the big smiles, all had a
Mm.
big positive energy going out to the audience.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, nice. What I really want to, how she influenced me was something that I've struggled with most of my life, and that's forgiveness. Um, actually two parts of that. Forgiveness, I never really heard her really just being angry over what had happened to her. I think that she moved on with her life, and that's why she went on to do great things. And I know that for me personally, like I know when there were times when I could have been doing some other things to move things forward for myself. I think like holding on to grudges in the past kept me from moving to where I needed to go in my life. And so I definitely would love to just carry that message and embody that, like, no, you don't have time to be fighting with people. You don't have time to be holding on to a grudge. You got to let that go so that because there's a whole life ahead waiting for you to step into. But if you're holding on to something, you're not going to get there. You're not going to go. And so I love that part about her, that she actually, there's forgiveness that was inside of her. It had to be there because she couldn't have done the things that she did. And the other thing part to that is that I felt like Tina used what helped her. And Tina was a Buddhist, right? That was how she practiced like her spirituality. We're Christians. And so I feel like she held on to what helped her, which was Buddhism. She talks about it in interviews. That's what helped her. And I think for me, being a Christian is really what helps me. It really helps me to go, I know this, what the scripture says about this. I need to hold on to that. And I absolutely love that she was committed to something for herself, to help herself. And I think that that's something that we as a people, we need to find what helps us to be the best of ourselves. We need to find what helps us to not live in unforgiveness. We need to find what helps us, whatever it may be. And some people may need to just go, to get other help, may need to go to therapy or whatever. It's going to help them to get to where they need to be. But to sit in things, I think it's a dissatisfaction to the soul to just sit in something. And so I absolutely love that about her. And I hope and pray that me as a person don't just look into the lens of her life and go, okay, I'm going to just do whatever I want. But that we have the models and we have the heroes and the people that have gone before us that are teaching us things. I think God puts us all on this earth to learn from each other. If we're not learning from each other, I mean, what are we doing? Right. So I feel like she definitely taught us a lot. She taught us a lot that we can learn from. So with that said, that is what has influenced us. You guys may, if you want to put in the chat, like if you know Tina and you know her music and you've watched her shows, what has influenced you? Like what inspired you about her, about this woman? So while you're doing that, John and I would like to, I'm going to go ahead and put a video for you here. Let me find it. Give me 1 second. Okay, so let me give you a little bit of some listening music while we get this situated. And then actually tell me if this song sounds familiar and what the name of it is. And for all of you out there, I do not own the rights to this music. I want to make sure I put that out, that disclosure. I'm not going to put the lyrics up there. It's just the music. So if you know this song, put it in the chat, the title. Someone got it. You're right. I don't want to fight. That's it. Thank you. It's a very pretty song. Thank you. So we're going to go ahead and turn that one off. We would like to show you a classic song of Tina that she actually redid, and I think it's one of the best versions I have ever heard. So we're going to play this for you guys. Let's see here. And let me get the video file here. And while we are doing this, we got a little surprise for y'all. It's right here.
That one. That's the one.
I was born by the river in a little tent. Oh, and like that river, I've been running, yeah, ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know the change gonna come. Oh, yes, it is. It's been too hard living, and I'm afraid to die. I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. Been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it is. I go to the movies, and I go around town. Everybody there keeps telling me, don't hang around. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. Then I go to my brother, and I say, brother, please. But he just winds up knocking at me. Back down on my knees. Oh, carry on. Been a long, long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh yes it is. Take it from. And I go to my brother, and I say, brother, please. But he just winds up knocking me back down on my knees. Oh, sometimes I thought I wouldn't last for long. Now I think I'm able to carry. Been a long time coming. I know ain't gonna come. Oh yes it is. Oh yes it is. Oh, I know it is. Oh, no change don't come. Oh, change don't come. Oh, yes it is. Robert Trey, no.
Hello, I had to get in my Tina gear. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? I can hear you in the chat. Let me see if they could hear. And can you hear that piano in the back? You can hear? They say that they can hear. I love it. I love it. All right, so we wanted to just close out the night with a few songs that we absolutely love that Tina left us with. Songs like What's Love Got to Do with It? We're going to do 3 numbers for y'all just to encourage y'all to hear the great music of Tina.
You must understand that the touch of your hand makes my pulse react. That it's only the thrill of boy meeting girl opposites attract. It's physical, only logical. You must try to ignore that it means more than that. Oh, what's love got to do with it? What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? It may seem to you that I'm acting confused when you're close to me. If I tend to look dazed, I've read it someplace. I've got cause to be. There's a name for it. Oh, that's a phrase that fits. But whatever the reason, you do it for me. Oh, what's love got to do with it? What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? Oh, I've been taking on a new direction, and I have to say, I've been thinking about my own protection. It scares me to feel this way. Oh, what's love got to do with it? What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? Who got to do with it? What's love but a sweet old-fashioned notion? What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? What's love got to do with it, y'all? I'm telling you everything. Tina said absolutely everything, and that's what it does. All right, let's move on to our next one. I'd like to sing a song that actually is one of my favorites, and it's called I Don't Want to Fight. You just heard it. There's a pale moon in the sky, the kind you make your wishes on. Oh, like the light in your eyes, the one I built my dreams upon. It's not there any longer. Something happened somewhere and we both know why. Could it be that maybe this crazy situation is the reason why? I don't care who's wrong or right. I don't really wanna fight no more. Too much talking, baby, so let's sleep on in tonight. I don't really wanna fight no more, 'cause it's time for letting go. Whisper in the air simply doesn't bother me. Whoa, can't you see that I don't care? Now are you looking right through me? It seems to be that lately you look at me the wrong way and I start to cry. But me, I'm getting stronger. We must stop pretending I can't live this life. Oh, I don't care who's wrong or right. I don't really wanna fight no more. Too much talking, baby, so let's sleep on in tonight. I don't really wanna fight no more. Oh, baby, don't you know that I don't wanna hurt no more? I don't care now who's to blame. I don't really wanna fight no more. It's time for letting go. Hanging on to the past, it only stands in our way. We have to grow for our love to last, but we just grew apart. Oh, don't wanna hurt no more. Don't care who's wrong or right. I don't really wanna fight no more. Oh, baby, don't you know that I don't wanna hurt no more? I don't care now who's to blame. I don't really wanna fight no more, 'cause it's time for letting go. Don't wanna fight no more, no. Can you guys still hear us out there? Put yes, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. We got one more number for y'all. We're at our time tonight, but we just really appreciate you guys being on. I know you can be anywhere on this Thursday, but I'm so grateful you are here with us. And y'all know I don't have my background singers. We don't have a band. It's just John and I just trying to give you guys a little bit of something from Tina, from our hearts to yours, just to really share the beauty of this music. So we got one more number. You are ready. They say yes, they can hear us. This one I want to dedicate to all of you out there that are on here tonight watching. For those of you who are newcomers and you just hopped on,
please make sure you go and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to build this community, and so I put the link at the very top of this chat so you'll see it. But I really appreciate y'all, and I want you to know that you are simply the best because you take the time to spend here with us tonight. And I'm sure that you're doing many other amazing things out there for others. So when you're feeling down or you need a little pickup, remember this song is for you because you're simply the best.
Call you when I need you, my heart's on fire. You come to me wild and wild. Ooh, when you come to me, give me everything I need. Give me a lifetime of promises and a world of dreams. You speak a language of love, and you know what it means. Ooh, and I can't be wrong. Take my heart and make it stronger, baby. You know you're simply the best. You're better than all the rest. You're better than anyone I've ever met. Oh, I'm stuck on your heart, and I hang on every word you say. Tear us apart, baby. Oh, I would rather be dead. In your eyes, I see the stars of every night and every day. In your eyes, I get lost, I get washed away. Ooh, just as long as I'm here in your arms, I can be no better place, baby. You know you're simply the best. You're better than all the rest. You're better than anyone I've ever met. Oh, I'm stuck on your heart, and I hang on every word you say. Tear us apart, baby. Oh, I would rather be dead. Each time I'm near you, I start losing control. You're walking away with my heart and my soul. I can feel you now, even when you're away. Oh, baby, don't let go. Mr. Johnny D on keys, y'all. Remember who you are. You are simply the best. All the time. Oh, 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 you're simply the best. Better than all the rest. You're better than anyone I've ever met. Oh, I'm stuck on your heart, and I hang on every word you say. Tear us apart, baby. Oh, I would rather be dead. You're simply the best. Thank y'all for watching tonight. We appreciate y'all. Come on over here, John. I'm going to let John sneak in here. We just want to say thank you. Thank y'all for being with us on this Tina journey tonight and watching the episodes. And if you haven't watched all the episodes, please go back, y'all, and watch episodes 1 and 2. We definitely appreciate you. Tina obviously is one of our favorite people. May she rest in peace. We are just going to try to continue to celebrate her music and her life and her legacy and what she meant to us. And we hope that as you've watched these episodes, you've learned more about her and you've gotten inspired, because that's what this channel is all about, is really celebrating others and inspiring people with these conversations. So as always, thank you, John.
You're welcome. Thank you for this idea and for having me participate. And I am very thankful that we've had this time to work together. And thank you to Tina Turner and her family and all the people that made her career happen so that we could have our little career too.
Yes. So we're going to keep the music alive, y'all. But thank y'all for being on here tonight. And as always, make it a good...
Wait a minute.
Make it a great... No, it's... Okay, John, you done changed up my slogan and my tag.
What is it? Is it good or great?
Make it a great day, because you can.
Here we go.
Make it a great
day.
1, 2, 3. And as always, make it a great day because you can. Y'all, thank y'all. Peace.
Peace out.
We love y'all.